Cooper Flagg is the only player that I've ever seen play basketball who goes entire games without creating his own shot. He is a byproduct of being on a good basketball team with Duke, with Montverde. Every team that he's ever played on, he was a byproduct of the team. He can't create his own shot. Cooper Flagg is 95% of the way through his college basketball career, and we have never seen him break down anybody off the dribble without a screen, drive past them, and get a bucket. He's not capable of doing it. So how can he be the number one overall draft pick? Cooper Flagg can't even create his Cooper Flagg can't even score on other big men. You could watch back the entire Alabama basketball game, and the only times he scored is when he got a guard on him, and typically it was Mark Sears that he was getting on a switch. Mark Sears is 6'1", and then he would back him down. Somehow he would trip and stumble 3 times before he made his move, and then he would eventually get a layup. And he only had 16 points, so he only did that 7 or 8 times with a couple free throws. Cooper Flagg isn't dominating basketball games, but there are other guys on Duke's team who do dominate basketball games. Con Knippel dominates the game. Malawach dominates the game. Tyrese Proctor, everything that Duke does flows through him. Why don't we talk about the other guys on Duke? They're a lot better than Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg, realistically, in terms of production, Cooper Flagg is the third or fourth best player on his current basketball team. In terms of production, the reason that everybody hypes him up and thinks he's going to be so good is because he was young. Being young doesn't last forever. So at some point, this kid has to get good at basketball. He has to progress. He has to be able to do something that he wasn't able to do last year. There's no part of Cooper Flagg's game that progressed this season. All he does is shoot. His shooting has gotten a little better. His shooting has gotten a little better, but he's not a knockdown shooter. He can't create his own shot. He can only play in specific spots, and more than anything, he's just getting backdoor dunks because his teammates are getting attention. Cooper Flagg isn't the one breaking people down, knocking down three-pointers in people's face, or slam dunking the ball. That's not what he does. He's a role player. He's literally a role player on his current team. When he gets to the NBA, he's going to be even more of a role player. So drafting him number one overall is a waste. You don't want to use your number one overall draft pick on a role player. And that's all that Cooper Flagg's going to be in the NBA. We've watched him play 30 some games in college basketball, and you can't tell me one NBA player that he plays like. You can't tell me one current NBA player that Cooper Flagg plays like. His game isn't an NBA game. He can't do things that translate to the next level. He's a college player, or I'll give you this. He would have been great in the 1990s, 1980s. That's when his era of basketball was. If he was playing with Jordan and them, he might have been a Scottie Pippen type. He might have been a Dennis Rodman. But in 2025, his game isn't translating. There's nothing that Cooper Flagg can do from an NBA team. So just stop it. Duke beat Alabama, but if you watch the game, it was close the entire time. They didn't beat Alabama bad. This is the first SEC team that they played, and they finally had some success playing a good team. Good. I'm happy for you, Duke. Finally, you got somebody on your schedule. Duke's now in the Final Four with Auburn, Houston, and Florida. They cannot beat any one of those 3 teams, and those 3 other teams are 20 points better than Duke apiece. Houston would demolish Duke the way that they sit down on Duke. Florida's too big and too long for Duke, and Auburn's too well coached. So Duke's run in the whole thing, good for you. You found a way. You got a great seed to the NCAA tournament. You beat 2 bad teams and 1 good team. Alabama was a good team. But you don't beat any great teams because Duke isn't a great squad. They haven't played anybody all year, and this is when that comes into effect. Now that you're in the Final Four and you have to play other good competition, Duke's never seen that. It's going to look like they're playing a ghost. I love that the bad boy Pistons are back. I really do. But I don't even know if Isaiah Stewart plays basketball. Isaiah Stewart is just like an NHL enforcer. This guy is like looking for a fight at any point in time. All he does is try to fight people. He tried to take LeBron James' head off. And if you watch the video from the scuffle last night, He just kept grabbing at Dante DiVincenzo. He wasn't even involved, but you just see him on the video just reaching for him and just trying to get a piece of him. It's like, what's wrong with this guy, man? Isaiah Stewart needs to either hoop or they need to sit him out of the league because he's wild. Gnai Broom is the softest player that I've ever seen play the game of basketball. He was playing in the Elite Eight and he got hurt. He went back to the locker room, limps all the way back there, gets an x ray, and then waits till the results come back and it comes back with nothing. He runs out of the locker room. He was about to sit out and just let his career be over. He runs out of the locker room, subs immediately into the game, and then plays like 5 minutes, hits a couple buckets, and plays defense. It's like, what? So you were just going to give up on your team if, you know what I mean? It's like you're obviously not hurt. It never hurt. There was no point in time where you actually thought you were injured, but you were ready to give up on your team that quickly. That's weird. Florida and Auburn face off in the Final Four. This is a Florida and Auburn face off in the Final Four to finally find out who's the king of the SEC. Two great teams going head to head. I would say the Auburn's been the most consistent all year, but at the end of the year, Florida came on and it just seems like nobody can stop them. Florida's probably the more talented team, but this is going to be the best basketball game of the season. Both of these teams could beat Duke. Either one of these teams is good enough to beat Duke, and I just wish that the SEC got an opportunity to be the ones to knock Duke out of the tournament. Unfortunately, they have Houston on the other side of the bracket, and I think Houston's going to knock Duke out. When Houston lined up against Tennessee at every point in the game, they dominated. Tennessee was never in the game, and they made Zakai Ziegler ineffective. That's scary. Houston's coach has been around for a long time doing what he does, and he finally has a team that's ready to win the NCAA championship. And the last thing that they're going to let get in their way is a bunch of young guys with Duke. And this is going to be one of those NCAA tournament games where experience wins. I expect Houston to win this game by 10, 15 points. Like, I really think that they will get downhill and win this game.